My neighbor said, "It's a free country. I can play music as loud as I want," at 3 a.m. on a Tuesday. I said, "You're right about freedom." Then I exercised my own freedom in a way that made her beg for silence. What I did at 6 a.m. made her realize I, 34 male, was jolted awake at 3 a.m. last Tuesday by bass so loud my water glass was vibrating on the nightstand. My neighbor Roxanne, 28, was having another meditation session, her term for blasting techno music at concert volumes. Threw on a shirt and knocked on her door. Took 5 minutes of pounding before she answered. Yelling over music? What? Me. It's 3 a.m. Can you turn it down? No, I work nights. This is my afternoon. It's Tuesday. People have work in 3 hours. Rolling her eyes. Not my problem. It's a free country. I can play music as loud as I want. There are noise ordinances. Call the cops then. They'll tell you the same thing. I know my rights. Me. Please. I have a presentation at 8 a.m. Should have thought about that before moving next to a DJ. She slammed the door. The music got louder. I stood there exhausted, listening to the bass rattle my skull. She was a DJ? First I'd heard of it in the 6 months since she'd moved in. Went back to my apartment. Called the police non-emergency line. We'll send someone when available. Tuesday nights are busy. They showed up at 5 a.m. Music had stopped at 4:30. Roxanne didn't answer her door. Cops shrugged, left. I got 90 minutes of sleep before my alarm. Bombed the presentation. My manager noticed. Manager, "You okay, Patrick? Not like you to be off your game." Me, "Neighbor issues, working on it." That evening, I tried the diplomatic approach. Knocked on Roxanne's door with a peace offering. Coffee shop gift card. "Roxanne, what's this?" Me, "Look, we got off on the wrong foot. Can we talk about quiet hours?" "I don't want your gift card. And I don't do quiet hours. My apartment, my rules. We share walls. What affects you affects me. Sounds like a you problem. Maybe get earplugs or move." I've lived here 5 years. And I'll live here as long as I want, playing music whenever I want. Freedom, remember? You're right about freedom. Exactly. So glad you understand. Me. Oh, I understand perfectly. She smirked and closed the door. That night, blessed silence. I almost thought she'd reconsidered. Then Wednesday at 2:47 a.m., boom, boom, boom. This time I didn't knock, I planned. Thursday morning, 4:45 a.m., my alarm went off. Time to exercise my freedom. See, I'd done some research. Roxanne the DJ was actually Roxanne the trust fund baby who bought some turntables and called herself an artist. Her Instagram showed her sets, empty coffee shops, and half-interested brunchers. But more interesting? Her LinkedIn, social media manager at her dad's real estate firm. Office hours, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. If 3 a.m. was her afternoon, then 6 a.m. was mine. I owned a guitar. Not well, but I own one. Also owned an amplifier. A nice one. Gift from my ex who thought I'd become the next John Mayer. I hadn't. 6 a.m. sharp. Plugged in. Turned the amp to 11. Positioned it against our shared wall. Started with scales. Badly. Very badly. Screech, wail, feedback. 6:15 a.m. pounding on my door. "Rox, what are you doing?" "Practicing. I work days. This is my evening." It's 6 in the morning. "It's a free country. I can play music as loud as I want. I'm trying to sleep." "Not my problem. Maybe get earplugs or move." Her face went red. She actually spluttered. "This is harassment. This is freedom. Your words, remember?" "I'll call the cops." Me, "Go ahead. They'll tell you the same thing. I know my rights." She stormed off. I continued practicing. Attempted Wonderwall. Butchered it magnificently. 6:45 a.m. She was back, looking haggard. "Roxley's. I have work at 9. Me, "Should have thought about that before becoming a DJ. "I'll report you to the landlord." Me, "Same landlord who's gotten 5 noise complaints about you this month? Good luck." I'd been busy Wednesday. Talked to other neighbors. Turned out I wasn't the only one suffering. Mrs. Chen from 3B had been documenting everything. Victor from 2A had videos. We'd all complained separately. Now we were organized. Roxanne retreated. I played until 7:30 a.m. Shower, breakfast, work. Felt great. That night, silence. Friday at 3 a.m., boom, boom, boom. Saturday at 6 a.m., screech, screech, screech. The war was on. Update 1, the escalation week 2 of the music war. Roxanne escalated hard. She'd figured out my work schedule, started timing her sessions for maximum impact. Sunday night into Monday, 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. Bass so heavy my paintings fell off walls. Monday at 6 a.m., I introduced her to bagpipe music. Downloaded the loudest, most aggressive Highland recordings I could find. Played them on repeat through my sound system. Yes, I had one too, just never used it like this. She lasted 20 minutes before texting, "Turn it off." Me, turn what off? I'm enjoying my morning cultural enrichment. This is insane. This is freedom. Tuesday, she tried a new tactic. Complained to the landlord that I was harassing her. Mr. Peterson called me. "Patrick, Roxanne says you're playing music at her?" "Playing music in my own apartment during legal hours. She says it's targeted harassment." 5 other tenants say her 3 a.m. concerts are targeted harassment. Would you like their statements? 5 others? Mrs. Chen has a whole binder. Victor has videos. Should I set up a meeting? I'll talk to Roxanne. Wednesday, she got sneaky. Saw her in the hallway with some guy in a suit. "Suit, Mr. Patrick? I'm Roxanne's lawyer. This harassment needs to stop." "What harassment?" "Suit, the retaliatory noise disturbances. I'm practicing guitar and enjoying bagpipe music during legal hours. She's blasting techno at 3 a.m. Who's disturbing who?" "She has a right to enjoy her apartment." "Me, so do I. And the 5 other tenants she keeps awake." I pulled out my phone, showed him videos Victor had shared. Timestamped. 3:17 a.m., 2:45 a.m., 4:02 a.m. Bass visible, shaking the camera. Suit, well, perhaps we can reach a compromise. She stops playing music between 10 p.m. and 8 a.m. Like a normal person. "I'm not normal. I'm an artist. I need inspiration at night." "Me, and I need sleep at night. Guess we're at an impasse." The lawyer left looking defeated. Roxanne looked ready to murder me. That night, she went nuclear. Not just music, she had people over, a party, on a Wednesday, at 2 a.m. I could hear them through the walls, laughing about the boring neighbor who thinks he's tough. Fine, nuclear it is. Thursday, 5:30 a.m., I didn't use my guitar, or bagpipes. I used construction sounds, jackhammers, drilling, demolition. All played through my speakers against her wall. Also started actually hammering things. Hung new pictures, built a shelf, badly, repeatedly. Her party guests fled by 6 a.m. She didn't even knock. Just texted, "I hate you." Me, freedom's loud, isn't it? But Friday was when things got interesting. See, I'd been documenting too. Every incident, every interaction, every text. Built myself a nice little folder, and I'd been researching Roxanne's DJ career. Found her upcoming gigs. Mostly afternoon sets at cafes and small venues. Emailed them, professionally, with videos. "Hello, I'm writing to inform you about your upcoming DJ." Attached are videos of her practicing at 3 a.m. in a residential building. 5 tenants have filed complaints. Thought you should know who you're hiring. 3 venues canceled her within hours. She found out Friday evening. How do I know? She came to my door, actually crying. "Roxanne, you contacted my venues?" "I exercised my freedom of speech. You're ruining my career." "What career? You're a trust fund baby with turntables." She flinched like I'd slapped her. "I'm trying to make something of myself by keeping working people awake. How inspiring. Please, stop the morning noise. I'll turn mine down." 10 p.m. quiet hours? Midnight. 10 p.m. 11. 10 p.m. or I email every venue in the city. She agreed. Finally, lasted exactly 1 day. Update 2. The nuclear option, Sunday, 2:30 a.m. Bass drops like bombs. Roxanne had friends over again. I could hear them laughing. "Did you see his face when you agreed to 10? What a loser, as if I'd actually stop. Play the new mix, the one with extra bass." I lay there listening, not angry anymore, just done. Monday, 5 a.m. I didn't play music. I did something worse. I started my workout routine. P90X, insanity, jumping jacks, burpees, mountain climbers, all in my living room. All directly above her bedroom. Corner apartment perks, I knew the layout. Thump, 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 thump. 5:20 a.m., she's at my door. Stop jumping, breathing heavy, sweating. Morning workout, gotta stay healthy. It's 5 a.m. Me, perfect time. No distractions. Very peaceful, usually. This is revenge. Me, this is fitness. Join me, I have a spare yoga mat. She tried grabbing me. I stepped back, closed the door, continued for an hour. Breaks between sets to stay legal. Not continuous noise, just very enthusiastic exercise. But the real nuclear option came Tuesday. Remember her dad's real estate company? The one she worked for? I looked them up. Prestigious firm. Very concerned with image. Found something interesting on their website. They specialized in luxury urban living and promoted peaceful, harmonious communities. Ironic. I compiled everything. The videos, the noise complaints, the canceled venues. Her text saying she didn't care about working people. Her admission that she was violating a verbal agreement. Made a professional package. Sent it to their HR department and PR team. Subject: concern about employee conduct affecting company reputation. Detailed how their social media manager was destroying the peace of a residential building, ignoring multiple complaints and boasting about it on social media. Oh yeah, she'd posted videos of her 3 a.m. sessions on Instagram, geotagged and everything. Wednesday morning saw Roxanne leaving in business clothes. First time I'd seen her awake before noon. Wednesday evening, she was back, with boxes. Thursday her dad showed up, Richard Pemberton himself. Expensive suit, expensive car, expensive anger. He knocked on my door. Richard, you Patrick? Me, yes. You emailed my company about my daughter. Me. I emailed about an employee whose conduct was affecting multiple residents and potentially damaging your company's reputation. She's my daughter. She's also an adult who thinks 3 a.m. techno concerts are acceptable because it's a free country. He stared at me, then sighed. She's always been difficult. Her mother insisted we support her artistic expression. I told her the trust fund was contingent on employment. And? HR wants her gone. PR is concerned about the videos going viral. Something about privileged girl torments working class neighbors. Accurate headline. Rich, she has 2 weeks to find a new job and a new apartment. The company owns this unit. I didn't know she was behaving this way. Me. 5 tenants can confirm it. He left without another word. That night? Blessed silence. Friday morning, 6 a.m. I turned on my music anyway. Gentle acoustic guitar. Actual songs played reasonably well. She knocked, quietly. I opened the door. She looked destroyed. Red eyes, messy hair, yesterday's clothes. Rock sleeves. Just, please, I have job interviews. I need sleep. Funny how that works. I get it, okay? You win. I'm moving out. I didn't want to win. I wanted to sleep. My dad cut me off. The trust fund, the job, everything. I have 2 weeks to find something real. Welcome to the working world. We sleep at night here. She started crying. Ugly crying. I don't know how to do this. I've never had a real job. Never paid real rent. I'm 28 and I'm nothing. For a second, I almost felt bad. Almost. Then I remembered 3 months of exhaustion, bombed presentations, missed promotions because I couldn't function. Me, you're 28 and you're learning consequences. Better late than never. Closed the door, turned off the music. Point made. Final update, 1 month later. It's been a month since Roxanne moved out. The building has been peacefully quiet. Where is everyone now? Me, sleeping 8 hours a night, got promoted after nailing 3 presentations in a row. Amazing what rest does for job performance. Started dating someone from my building, Victor from 2A. Bonded over war stories. He makes great coffee and respects quiet hours. Mrs. Chen sends me cookies every week. Says I'm her favorite neighbor. Her grandson visits now without fear of bass-induced trauma. The building filled Roxanne's apartment quickly. New tenant is a nurse who works day shifts. We've never heard a peep from her. She says it's the quietest building she's ever lived in. We intend to keep it that way. Roxanne, this is where it gets interesting. She got a job at Starbucks. Opening shift, 4:30 a.m. start time. Karma's a barista, apparently. Found an apartment in a cheaper area, with thin walls. Her Instagram stories complain constantly about noisy neighbors keeping her awake when she needs to sleep for her exhausting 4 a.m. shifts. The comments are brutal. Maybe they're just exercising their freedom? It's a free country. They can play music when they want. Have you tried earplugs? She deleted most of them, but screenshots live forever. Her DJ career? Dead. Word spread about the canceled gigs. No venue wants to hire someone who might bring that kind of reputation. Her equipment is listed for sale on Facebook Marketplace. Barely used, need money for rent. But the ultimate karma? Her new neighbor is apparently learning violin. At 10 p.m., which is legal, technically. She messaged me last week, I'm sorry, I get it now, please make them stop. Me. Make who stop? My neighbor, the violin is horrible. Have you tried talking to them nicely? Maybe bring a gift card? I did, They said it's a free country. I didn't respond, but I did smile. Her dad reached out once, thanked me actually, said it was the wake-up call she needed. He'd enabled her too long, created a monster. Maybe now she'd learn to be a decent human. Last I heard, she was looking for a second job because Starbucks doesn't pay enough for rent and her student loans. Yeah, she had those too. Daddy had only been paying the minimums. The best part? She can't even enjoy her time off. Has to be in bed by 8 p.m. for her 4 a.m. shifts, living the actual life of a working person who needs sleep. She learned what I learned at 22. That freedom doesn't mean freedom from consequences. That living in society means considering others. That it's a free country goes both ways. I still have my guitar, and my bagpipe playlist, and my P90X videos, just in case. But I don't need them. The building is quiet. We all sleep at night, work during the day, like adults. Roxanne wanted to be a DJ. She ended up learning a different kind of music. The 4:30 a.m. alarm clock symphony, the coffee grinder percussion, the customer service chorus of "Hi, welcome to Starbucks." She said it was a free country. She was right. And I was free to make sure she faced every legal consequence of her choices. Freedom sounds like silence at 3 a.m. now. And it's beautiful.